Caitlyn Jenner under fire for comments that she made during an interview at her own airplane hangar.
My friends are leaving California. Actually, we're at my hangar. The guy across right over from me, he was packing up his hangar. I said, "Where are you going?" And he says, "I'm moving to Sedona, Arizona. I can't take it here anymore. I can't walk down the streets and see the homeless."
Wow. I'm tired of walking down the street seeing homeless people? Whew. That is shocking. I didn't realize people in California walked. No, but for real, it's crazy that someone so good at running could be so bad at running. I mean, I can't think of something more out of touch than complaining about people who have no home while you're sitting in a home you bought for your jet. I mean, half the reason people are pissed at Newsom is for being an out-of-touch rich guy. You gotta counter that. You can't be out there making speeches like, "The butler at my third mansion really hates this place. We need to improve it. Isn't that right, Jeeves?" So yeah, it's definitely not relatable for Caitlyn Jenner to talk about her private plane. But on the other hand, anything to keep her from driving. And there's another potential obstacle to Jenner's success as well. I mean, she's the most famous transgender person in the world. And the Republican Party as a whole likes trans people about as much as they like tax hikes or Liz Cheney. Which may be why Jenner is going out of her way to assure voters that just because she's trans doesn't mean that she's on board with the trans agenda.
Backlash this morning against Caitlyn Jenner from some LGBTQ rights activists. That's after the Olympic champion and one of the most well-known voices in the trans community, one of the highest profile trans Americans, says she opposes trans girls playing on girls' sports teams.
This is a question of fairness. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports in school. It just isn't fair.
It's a dramatic shift for Jenner, a transgender woman and advocate.
I also want to acknowledge all the young trans athletes who are out there, given the chance to play sports as who they really are.
That's right. As soon as she started running for office, Caitlyn Jenner flipped her political positions to get more votes. And if you ask me, I actually think it's inspiring. You know, because she's showing the world that a trans person can be just as opportunistic as any other politician. That's progress. But still, this must be a big letdown for the trans community. I mean, you expect that if someone has lived your experience, they'll be in your corner. You know, it's like if Biden got elected and then suddenly banned grandpas from finding a quarter behind your ear. That's a betrayal.
You've forgotten your roots, Joe. And you've forgotten this quarter.
Now, as we said, Jenner is hardly the only candidate in the race. But because she's such a celebrity, the other candidates have to work so hard to just get noticed.
One of the candidates for California governor kicking off his bus tour in Sacramento with a 1,000-pound bear beside him. Republican John Cox held a news conference at Sacramento's Miller Park, and behind him, you can see that bear, a live one, as a prop. Cox has also just spent $5 million to run TV ad campaigns that feature him standing right next to that bear. He's calling it his Meet the Beast campaign.
It's a wonderful animal, and you know, it's a symbol of the big beastly changes that we need to make in California.
How close have you come to the bear?
I kissed the bear, actually. It's a very tame bear. It's been in hundreds of movies. It's a member of the Screen Actors Guild.
You kissed the bear? My man, it's a bear. I know you think it's tame, but let me tell you something. There's no such thing as a tame bear, all right? There's only bears that haven't decided to rip your face off yet. In fact, let me ask you something. Does anyone really believe that this guy's campaigning with a bear because of some kind of symbolism? I mean, it feels like he bought a bear while he was drunk, and now he's trying to figure out how to make it work for his campaign. California is so bad, I can't even bear it anymore. We need to rewrite these grisly laws. Like, for example, making it easier to return an animal you accidentally got off eBay. Is anyone else with me? Put my mom down, bear! So look, we're going to keep an eye on this race as it moves forward, but when you look at the major candidates in the race right now, Californians basically have a choice between two candidates who are out of touch with the people and one guy who's way too in touch with bears. So it wouldn't surprise me if Californians are looking at these choices and saying, you know what? Maybe I'll just vote for the bear.